Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones.
And I'm Peter Dubois. First tonight, the Waldo County Sheriff's Office is looking for a missing teenager.
According to the Sheriff's Office, 18-year-old Chase Harriman was last seen on July 20th. Chase is identified as a white male with blue eyes, weighing around 130 pounds and standing 5 feet 6 inches tall. There is no information on what he was wearing when he went missing, but a release states that Chase has scarring on his arms with the letters CH etched into his biceps. According to the Sheriff's Office, he may be going by the name Logan Bushnell. Anyone with information is asked to call Detective Casey Ashey at 207-338-2040.
The 15-year-old boy charged with killing a teenage girl from Mount Vernon last week has made his first court appearance. The boy was charged yesterday with intentional or knowing murder in connection with the homicide. 14-year-old Brooke McLaughlin was found deceased in her home just after 6 p.m. on July 18th. The Office of the Chief Medical Examiner determined McLaughlin's death a homicide. The 15-year-old suspect and the victim had been in a relationship, according to his Facebook page.
Well, a judge has granted a request for additional DNA tests for a man convicted of killing a 12-year-old girl more than 3 decades ago. Dennis DeShane is serving a life sentence for the murder and sexual assault of Sarah Cherry, who was abducted while babysitting in Bowdoin. Her body was found 2 days after she disappeared in July of 1988. The Maine Supreme Judicial Court has denied 3 requests for a new trial. DeShane contends advancements in DNA technology warranted new testing.
A Brewer police officer was injured while responding to an incident outside the Brewer Walmart this morning. Authorities say they were called to the back side of the Walmart for a man in crisis. City Public Safety Director Jason Moffitt says when one of his officers approached the individual, a scuffle ensued and the officer was hurt.
During the scuffle to get him detained and trying to isolate this person, one of the Brewer PD officers was injured. He has a head injury and possible whiplash.
Moffitt says the individual in crisis left the scene to be evaluated by medical staff.
A natural gas leak shut down roads in Orono this morning. Firefighters were called to the area of Maplewood Avenue around 11 a.m. Orono Fire Chief Jeff Lowe says when they arrived, they found a significant leak from a large natural gas line under a lot of pressure.
We blocked off the area to keep people from traveling through the gas leak, evacuated homes around the leak, and then we started doing air monitoring to assess for gas levels.
Lowe says Bangor Gas was doing some underground work and accidentally ruptured one of their lines. He says it took them about an hour to shut down the line and get safety measures in place so people could return to their homes.
The owners of what geologists have called the richest hard rock lithium deposit in the world may not be allowed to extract the valuable metal, that according to state regulators. The deposit is located in Oxford County near Plumbago Mountain. The owners of the Newry property asked the Maine Department of Environmental Protection to review the possibility of quarrying at the site. Maine Mining Coordinator Michael Clark said Monday that regulators decided earlier this month the site would be viewed as a metallic mineral mine and not a quarry operation. Maine's mineral mining laws are among the strictest mining laws in the country. The low iron and high lithium content in the metal would make it exceptionally valuable for battery production.
Well, Senator Angus King just recently co-sponsored bipartisan legislation to expand access to assisted living services for senior veterans. Now, should this get passed, the Expanding Veterans Options for Long-Term Care Act would help eligible veterans receive assisted living care paid by the Department of Veterans Affairs. It would also create a pilot program at 6 integrated service networks nationwide where seniors would receive the assisted living care they need. Senator Angus King says this bill will help both taxpayers and veterans.
The average price for a nursing home, $120,000 a year. For assisted living, $51,000 a year. A huge difference in price, so that's a benefit to the taxpayers. Plus, it's a benefit to those veterans who don't really need the full-blown nursing care, but need some assistance.
Well, if successful, this could serve as a model for Veterans Affairs to expand this to all qualifying veterans nationwide.
Senator Susan Collins is calling on the White House to reduce the supply of drugs and improve prevention programs. Senator Collins attended a hearing in Washington, D.C. Tuesday titled Fighting Fentanyl, the Federal Response to a Growing Crisis. Senator Collins questioned public health officials during the hearing, citing data which shows an increase of fentanyl overdoses in Maine. She says Dr. Marcy Sorg, who is a leading forensic anthropologist at UMaine, is calling the opioid crisis, quote, the worst it's ever been. According to Collins, a total of 9,500 drug overdoses took place in Maine last year. She says 627 Mainers died from drug overdoses in 2021, and that fentanyl was involved in 77% of those deaths. Senator Collins says she visited the southern border last year, where officers expressed they've had to divert resources away from drug detection due to the large influx of people crossing the border.
In 2021, the Maine Drug Enforcement Agency seized more than 10,000 grams of fentanyl. But they tell me they cannot possibly keep up. They are overwhelmed. And that Maine's overdose crisis is primarily driven by the increased supply of illicit fentanyl originating in China and smuggled through Mexico.
Kemp Chester is a senior policy advisor for the White House's Office of National Drug Control Policy. He says traffickers are determined and will find ways to smuggle drugs into the U.S.
What we have to do is very quickly identify when we have new vulnerabilities, when the traffickers have changed the ways that they do business, and close those gaps and vulnerabilities as quickly as we possibly can. And that's what we're in the process of doing right now.
Senator Collins concluded her questions by mentioning a tragic death of a Maine teenager who died of a suspected fentanyl poisoning last month. She called for more education on the dangers of drug use for students in Maine.
A Bangor program offering those battling substance abuse a second chance continues to go strong. Back in 2019, Penobscot County District Attorney Marianne Lynch launched the Prosecutorial Diversion program, which offers individuals facing nonviolent charges access to local resources and the possibility of a case dismissal. 3 years later, the program has helped around 500 participants and distributed more than 1,000 bottles of Narcan. The Bangor Area Recovery Center partners with the District Attorney's Office to provide a space, resources, and other supports for those fighting addiction.
Jail sentences really didn't help to empower me. They didn't really educate me on anything. They didn't give me any tools. It's an alternative to kind of just becoming a part of the system. And sometimes people get trapped within that system.
Well, if you or someone you know is struggling with drug addiction, you can contact the Bangor Area Recovery Network by dialing 207-561-9444.
All right, and looking outdoors right now, feeling a lot cooler out there. Not like you could cut the air with a knife, much like we were feeling like over the weekend.
It was a little thick.
Yeah.
No, the air definitely feeling much cooler tonight. It's actually refreshing to be outside, which is a nice change over the mugginess of days past. And with a little bit more on what we can expect, let's turn things over to Jeff Weller and take a first look at our forecast.
All right, Beth, thank you. Happy Tuesday. Your first weather is brought to you by GRF Real Estate Company. And okay, let's talk temperatures. Such a nice temperature, right? 82 here in Bangor today, 77 Millinocket, 80 in Bar Harbor. We'll take it. And more 80s are on the way tomorrow and basically for Thursday into Friday as we have some warm air to get through this week. Okay, so lots of clear skies out there today and for tonight as well. We'll get some wind in there, though, too. We could see winds out of the west around 10 to 15 miles per hour into tomorrow morning. But overall, we're going to stay quiet tonight and tomorrow before maybe a couple light rain showers getting here later on tomorrow night, but more so on Thursday. Our forecast then tonight, though, is mostly clear skies, partly cloudy skies, with low temperatures down near 60. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
All right, so nice temperate overnight.
Yeah,
looking pretty good. Not 70
yeah.
as the low.
60 is a lot better than 70, especially for an overnight. All right, well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10. A research group from UMaine is recognized by the White House for its work to help those with disabilities.
And a local avian rehabilitation center credits its success to its volunteers. We'll have those stories and more local news when we come back.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
At Hashi's Auto Enhancing, our focus is on the appearance, longevity, and value of your vehicle. Does your undercarriage look like this? You can go from this to this. And if you have a new vehicle, you can avoid this. Our annual undercoating service will add years of life to your vehicle. At Hashi's, we also do Rhino linings. We can Rhino rocker panels, bumpers, trailers, side-by-sides, and more. We take pride in making your ride shine inside and out. Book one of our detailing packages.
Bring your ride to us to protect your investment.
Out with the old and in with the new. Check out Pat's Pizza Specials. Tuesdays, $5 spaghetti and meatballs. Tuesday, all-day breadstick special. Wednesday, large one-topping pizzas, $8. Wednesday, small steak and cheese with French fries, $6.25. Friday, fish with French fries, $7.50. Saturday, small one-item pizza, fountain soda, $7.25. And you can still save some dough. Bring the family to the all-new Pat's Pizza, 662 Main Road North, Hamden.
When Ryan White of Hartley's in Newport wants to know his weather, he logs on to foxbangor.com. Ryan has been with Hartley's for 3 years, and he looks to make your buying experience fast, fun, and easy, and with multiple repeat customers, it's fair to say you won't be disappointed.
This is MasterChef Back to Win.
Fox Wednesday.
There's someone from every season.
With a shot at redemption.
No mistakes can be made.
Which all-star will step up to finally be named MasterChef?
That is finale worthy.
Don't miss an all-new MasterChef Back to Win, Wednesday on Fox.
Find half-off deals today and save money by going to foxbangor.com.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Hi, I'm Joe Cortez. Coming up on Good Morning Maine, there's a shakeup in the medical industry with traveling nurses feeling the punches. We'll have details coming up, plus Senator King will discuss a veteran service bill, and Devin Biggs will give us a look at the weekday forecast. This and much more coming up. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back. The federal government is conducting a review of 4 dams on a Maine river that could result in a lifeline for the last wild Atlantic salmon in the U.S. The last of the wild salmon live in a group of rivers in Maine and have been listed under the Endangered Species Act since 2000. One of the rivers is the Kennebec River, where Brookfield Renewable U.S. owns dams. Brookfield wants to amend federal licenses for 4 dams and receive a new operating license for one of them. Representatives for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration say that requires a review of the dam's impacts on salmon and possible mitigation measures.
Meanwhile, the COVID-19 pandemic continues to impact staffing levels of nurses across the country, and many states like Maine depend on traveling nurses to provide additional care. Our A.J. Douglas spoke to one of the many traveling nurses here in Maine.
Marjorie Cooper has been a practicing nurse for the past 4 years and now operates as a traveling nurse. Cooper remembers working as a staff nurse at the beginning of the COVID-19 virus and says today's medical facilities are much more prepared for the virus.
The virus has also changed. When we had the original COVID virus, we weren't typically prepared to be able to handle the unexpected events that happened with COVID, such as coagulation issues, and we didn't even have the respiratory devices that we have now.
Cooper says although the COVID-19 virus has changed since the beginning of the pandemic, variants of the COVID-19 virus still can make people very sick and are still impacting hospitals across the country.
The U.S. healthcare system has been stretched to the max. We lost a lot of providers. We lost a lot of nurses due to COVID. And you can see that in your appointment times for your scheduled cardiac visits, for your scheduled general practice visits. We have very few beds in the state right now, and I would love for people to stay at home when they can, not spread illness when they can.
Cooper says she understands why there is a staffing shortage of nurses across the country, but encourages more people to join what she calls a rewarding field.
Nursing school is not comfortable. They break down the way you thought you critically thought, and they teach you how to think in a whole nother way, and learning is terrifying, especially as an adult, but I encourage it. and we do need more nurses out there.
Cooper says nurses require at least 2 years of experience prior to becoming a traveling nurse. She says the profession gives people a way to see different parts of the country.
If you want to travel nurse, that's fantastic. I think especially for young people who want to see the whole country and decide where they want to live and stretch their legs.
In Bar Harbor, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
A lab at the University of Maine has been recognized by the White House for placing in a national competition. Matthew Dronsick has the story.
A group of UMaine students and professors at Vemmi Labs earned the experience of a lifetime, the chance to attend a White House recognition ceremony virtually. The group placed third in a unique competition put on by the Department of Transportation to create an autonomous vehicle software to help those with disabilities get around. After much brainstorming, they were able to come up with AVA.
AVA is an accessibility and inclusivity application that allows the user to order a ride on a ride share, and it tells you how, when the vehicle gets there, and how to get to the vehicle by superimposing boxes onto obstacles such as ice, such as cones, guy wires, and other things, and leads you directly to the vehicle and helps you navigate throughout your ride.
Vemmi Labs was founded by director Richard Corey and Nicholas Giudici in 2008. The group explores unmet challenges within technology and works towards creating solutions, specifically in self-driving vehicles and bio-inspired tools for those who are visually impaired. Getting national recognition for their work is something Giudici and Corey dreamed about.
To get a recognition at this level is huge. This is a big deal. Getting invited to the White House is a very, very big deal. This is really quite a huge honor to get there.
The group at Vemmi Labs attended the ceremony over Zoom, where various members of the White House, including Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg, spoke on how the lab's projects will benefit those with disabilities. Along with the recognition, the group also received a $300,000 cash prize, which they will use to improve AVA in the future.
We're going to be looking at what happens in the vehicle when you're in a fully autonomous vehicle. There's no other driver or no other human. How can that app help you identify things, understand how you're going to navigate when you come in or when you come out?
Matthew Juronsik, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Well, Avian Haven has been a lifesaver for injured, abandoned, or orphaned birds found throughout Maine since it was created back in 1999. As Jody Hersey tells us, the nonprofit could not rehabilitate and release these vulnerable creatures back into the wild if it wasn't for the dedication of its volunteers.
It's amazing the lengths that people go to save a bird.
In an inconspicuous location surrounded by a canopy of trees in the town of Freedom, you'll find Avian Haven. It's a type of vet hospital that specializes in the rehabilitation and welfare of birds and even turtles.
We aren't a zoo. We're not open to the public. We are a wildlife rehabilitation facility, so the birds that are coming in, we want them to be going back out into the wild, and that's always the goal. They're getting a range of care here, whether it's being in an intensive care unit where they're provided with heat and baby formula, or when they graduate up to being in a larger enclosure and then ultimately to being outside where they can be in a flight cage and mingle with other birds prior to being released.
However, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for the nonprofit's transporters. These are drivers who clock thousands of miles from where these abandoned, orphaned, or injured birds are found to taxi them here to Avian Haven. Jane and Gary Scott of Swanville are just a few of these dedicated volunteers.
From eagles to hummingbirds to woodpeckers, everything. Yeah. I don't know if there's any we haven't really had yet.
The most we ever traveled in a day was about 300 miles, I think. We probably did like 4 or 5 different runs that day.
Kathleen Lally is another volunteer. She's been an extra set of hands at the nonprofit for the past 5 years.
Rewarding to take care of a bird and to watch that bird get better and then be released.
Lee Hallett says Avian Haven could always use more volunteers on a weekly or monthly basis.
Northern Maine, for example, is an area where we desperately need more transporters. We get calls all the time from up in the county, from down east, and it's really hard. We just have a handful of really dedicated drivers there.
to volunteer or for more information, log on to avianhaven.org. In freedom, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Such a unique and wonderful mission, and what a great opportunity. So, if you love nature, you love wildlife, you want to pitch in and help preserve it, maybe that's the volunteer opportunity for you.
Right, and even if maybe that isn't an area where you're already have some interest, but you are looking to give your time and volunteer. Yeah, it sounds like they could use the help and could be an opportunity to learn a lot as well along the way.
Absolutely, definitely a cool experience to be had there. Well, coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is receiving backup from Republicans as she plans her visit to Taiwan.
And European governments agree to ration natural gas this winter as Russia announces it will make further supply cuts. A lot of those stories and more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Whenever Maine Wood Floors wants to know the weather, they log on to foxbangor.com. Whether you're searching to add beauty with a new hardwood floor or need to restore your old one, Maine Wood Floors is your hardwood flooring expert in Mid-Coast Maine.
A day to remember. Live. Just some shows. Maine Savings Amphitheater. One night only, August 3rd. With special guests, Beartooth and Bad Omens. A day to remember. Tickets on sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com. New album, You're Welcome, out now.
When Ansley Moore of Better Homes and Gardens wants to know the local forecast, she logs on to foxbangor.com. Ansley has been a realtor since 2013. She works throughout the state of Maine with both buyers and sellers with a focus on the greater Bangor area. General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine with equipment and tool rentals for more than 30 years. Our extensive inventory contains everything you need to get the job done right. Our professional, knowledgeable staff is here to make sure that you get the highest quality rental items to complete your project and that they have been serviced and maintained to the highest standards. Power brooms to get that sand off the lawn, leaf blowers, brush chippers, stump grinders, aerial lifts, tillers, and excavators. We rent most everything. If you don't see it in our online catalog, please ask for it. If we don't have the item you need, we would be happy to help you find it.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
It's the moment we've all been waiting for. So You Think You Can Dance is back, and you can watch anytime. The dance competition series that launched 1,000 careers.
That's what we're looking for.
Is back with new talent.
It's always been my dream to be on this show.
Ow!
New judges.
You have a gift.
And new inspiration.
No matter what I do, I'm just gonna dance.
Are you ready? So You Think You Can Dance. All new Wednesdays on Fox, or watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Economists and investors are eagerly waiting for Fed Chair Jerome Powell's remarks on Wednesday regarding interest rate hikes and where he sees inflation levels for the rest of the year. The Biden administration is also reacting to concerns about whether the U.S. is entering a recession. Fox's Madeline Rivera has more details from Washington.
Economists are bracing for another interest rate hike, but the question is, by how much?
I think the Fed stays hawkish. We're going to continue to see that because inflation, in my opinion, still hasn't come down enough yet.
After rolling out the biggest rate hike since 1994 last month, Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell said increasing interest rates by either 50 or 75 basis points was on the table. The talk has rattled investors and raised fears of a recession. A highly anticipated report this week could show the economy shrinking for a second consecutive quarter. However, the White House says there's more to the definition of a recession.
There is an organization called the National Bureau of Economic Research, and what they do is they look at a broad range of data in deciding whether or not a recession has occurred. That is the process that economists and administrations have used for years.
Republicans say that argument shows they are expecting some tough news.
They want to quibble with the definition when everybody knows what it feels like.
Democrats' attempts to put on a positive spin are unlikely to change the public's pessimistic outlook on the economy. Some business owners, for instance, are struggling with a higher cost of labor.
We've already been dealt a huge blow with the pandemic, and now we're just trying to get on the other side of it and recover.
Despite some of the headwinds, the Biden administration is touting the recent drop in gas prices. The national average per gallon coming in at just above $4.30. In Washington, Malda Rivera, Fox News.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is getting increasing backup tonight from Republicans as well as Democrats. They are urging her to go through with her planned visit to Taiwan, a trip that is escalating tensions with China seemingly on an hourly basis. This comes as President Biden says he expects to speak with his Chinese counterpart soon. Fox's Mike Emanuel tells us where things stand.
That's my expectation.
President Biden teased a conversation with China President Xi Jinping this week. Likely topics are expected to include whether the president will roll back tariffs on China and if House Speaker Nancy Pelosi will travel to Taiwan, which has irritated Beijing.
If the U.S. is bent on going its own way, China will take firm and strong measures to defend national sovereignty and territorial integrity.
The Speaker's office says it does not confirm or deny international travel in advance due to long-standing security protocols.
Our job is, of course, to make sure she has all the context and information before she travels anywhere. But that kind of rhetoric coming out of the Chinese side is clearly unhelpful and not necessary.
There are bipartisan calls from lawmakers for Pelosi to go in order to show strength.
If she doesn't go now, she's handed China sort of a victory of sorts.
I think we need to be muscular when it comes to China, and they can't tell us where we can and cannot travel.
On the issue of tariffs, there is also some bipartisan support for keeping them.
The reality is we probably need more tariffs, not less tariffs.
We need to have an industrial policy, both with the incentives and also stopping the Chinese dumping to rebuild our productive capacity.
Florida Republican Senator Rick Scott raised doubts about the president.
Biden is weak. Biden's an appeaser. He's never stood up to a dictator anywhere in the world.
In Brazil, Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin called out China for threatening stability in South America. And the Pentagon's leading expert on China says it is only a matter of time before a major incident takes place if Beijing continues its aggressive and irresponsible behavior in the South China Sea. In Washington, Mike Emanuel, Fox News.
Meanwhile, as the war rages on in Ukraine, European governments are accusing Russia of using energy as a weapon. Fox's Alex Hogan has more from London.
Members of the European Union locked in a new agreement today to ration gas as the financial impact of the war sweeps across the continent.
Russia is blackmailing us. Russia is using energy as a weapon.
The EU mostly backed the proposal to cut natural gas demand by 15%. The change will take effect from August through March over fears of a harsh, financially strapped winter in the months ahead.
The winter is coming, and we don't know how cold it will be.
Last year, Russia provided the EU with 40% of its gas. On Monday, Russian energy giant Gazprom announced it would slash pipeline supplies to 20% of capacity due to the EU's opposition to its war.
Overall, the flow of Russian gas is now less than 1/3 to what it used to be, for example, at the same time last year.
Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, governments have slapped the Kremlin with stiff sanctions. The EU, however, stopped short of imposing sanctions on Russian natural gas, given that countries like Germany and Italy rely heavily on those imports. The European Union Energy Commissioner now suggesting alternative sources, including the United States, Canada, Egypt, or Israel, while also limiting demand.
The impact on the GDP will be significantly smaller if we start saving now and don't wait until Russia forces us to do so.
For now, the rationing plan is voluntary. It could become mandatory if new measures fail to make a large enough impact. This all comes as European inflation hits record levels just as countries were beginning to recover from pandemic-prompted setbacks. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Well, meanwhile, it's another court appearance for WNBA star Brittany Griner. Defense attorneys continued laying out their case today. Fox's Greg Palcott has more.
American basketball star Brittany Griner returned to a Russian courtroom Tuesday for her trial on drug charges. The defense continued making its case for leniency. During the hour-long hearing, a narcologist brought in by Griner's lawyers said it's likely cannabis oil found in the athlete's luggage was used for medicinal purposes.
Pain relief, anti-inflammatory, and relaxing effects. All these three components are usually present in sports-related traumas.
Griner has said she was carrying vape canisters containing the oil when she was arrested at a Moscow airport in February. Medical marijuana is illegal in Russia. Although the 31-year-old athlete has pled guilty, she claims she did not intend to break Russian law.
We are still saying that she involuntarily brought it here because she was in a rush, as she said, packing, and this medication, she just forgot to take it out of her luggage.
The two-time Olympic gold medalist arrived in court carrying photographs of her wife and a teammate. She faces a jail sentence of up to 10 years. Griner returns to court on Wednesday when she will answer questions from the judge and prosecutor. Defense attorneys hope testimony from Griner and medical experts will help bring the basketball star a mild sentence.
We do hope that the court will take it into consideration, and the courts in Russia, in fact, has very broad discretion with regard to the sentence.
Brittany Griner's lawyers expect the trial to wrap up early next month. In London, Greg Palcott, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Dairy Queen gives back to children in this community this week during Miracle Treat Day.
And in sports, hear from Brewer native and Maine baseball pitcher Matthew Bouchard, who just signed his contract to play professional baseball. We'll be right back.
The baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. All new Friday Night SmackDown at 8 Eastern on Fox.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
At Bouchard Cleaning, rebuilding and restoring means more than just another job. To us, it's about bringing back cherished memories, restoring unforgettable moments in time, and giving hope when all was thought to be lost. For over 35 years, our mission has remained the same. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Landshark Locker and Margaritaville Tequila present Jimmy Buffett of the Coral Reefer Band. Life on the Flip Side Tour 2022 Redux. One night only at Maine Savings Amphitheater, August 2nd. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Jimmy Buffett of the Coral Reefer Band, August 2nd. Presented by Margaritaville Tequila and Landshark Lager.
Is it my birthday?
Oh, rad. I could use some cake.
This is an intervention.
Will there still be cake?
Oh, well, yes, actually.
Welcome to Flatch has the same feel as The Office and Parks and Rec.
That's what she said.
It's a love letter to the community at its heart.
Flatch, we love you!
If you're looking for a big taste of small town life, welcome to Flatch.
You're welcome!
1 full hour Thursdays on Fox, and watch anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
Make more good in the all-new Sportage X-Pro. Kia, movement that inspires.
The U.S. is working to expand efforts to help combat the monkeypox virus as cases continue to grow. Fox's Charles Watson has more from Atlanta.
The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services considering if monkeypox should be declared a public health emergency. This as the virus continues to spread across the country, with the CDC confirming more than 3,000 cases. The World Health Organization recently declaring the virus a global health emergency as case numbers explode to more than 16,000 across dozens of countries.
WHO's declaration will allow the United States and other partners to better collaborate, to share data, and to get critical information out to high-risk communities.
Right now, the virus is predominantly affecting gay men. Transmission is possible after coming in direct contact with an infected person or through sex. But recently, scientists in Germany have discovered the virus on the surfaces of 2 hospital rooms. The study finding that all surfaces touched by patients hospitalized with the virus were contaminated.
If there isn't a coordinated response right now, it could spill over and cause a lot more disease and disability in the future.
Some in the U.S. say more needs to be done as communities across the country experience vaccine and testing shortages.
I think that it's not so critical that they declare it an emergency. I think it's more critical that they act like it's an emergency. We need to dedicate as many resources as possible, testing, contact tracing, treatment, and vaccines to that community.
The Biden administration has ordered more than 2 million doses of the monkeypox vaccines, but those are not expected to arrive until sometime next year. In Atlanta, Charles Watson, Fox News.
Well, switching gears now, the town of Millbridge is hosting its annual Millbridge Days celebration this weekend. The celebration will feature a grand parade, the world-famous codfish relay, and live concerts from various local bands before ending with fireworks over Narraguagus Bay. Throughout Friday and Saturday, there will be more than 100 local vendors selling handmade products. Volunteer Richard Bondurant says the event brings people to the town of Millbridge and the surrounding area.
It instills a tremendous sense of community pride here in Millbridge and our surrounding communities as well. And it brings the community together, all walks of life, all ages, all income levels. Everybody comes together for a very fun time downtown.
He says Millbridge Days is regarded as the town's largest celebration.
Dairy Queen is giving back to children in the community this week during Miracle Treat Day. On Thursday, participating Dairy Queen locations throughout the area will donate $1 or more from the sale of every Blizzard to Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. The funds will help kids and their families access high-quality care at the hospital, which is part of the Children's Miracle Network, an organization that raises funds for children's hospitals across the country.
Our crew is really excited. It's a day we all celebrate. We know we're going to be busy. We have fun, and everybody's happy, and we're doing it for a great cause.
Dairy Queen locations in Bangor, Brewer, Belfast, Ellsworth, and Old Town will all be participating in Miracle Treat Day this Thursday. Dairy Queen has partnered with the Children's Miracle Network for the past 38 years, helping raise more than $160 million for children's hospitals during that time. Some really impressive work, a great partnership there, and a great excuse to get out and get yourself a Blizzard.
Absolutely. If ever there was a good excuse to go out and treat yourself, I would say that is it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, Jeff Welder's coming in with our full 5-day forecast next. Stay with us.
High temperatures back up near 80 today. We'll do it again tomorrow and for Thursday as well. But there are some more rain showers in the 5-day forecast and even warmer temperatures. Those details when I come back.
Not all states have tax-free weekend. We thought you should too, so why wait to buy a mattress? Right now, get 15% off or get up to 60 months no interest. Experience the difference at Jordan's.
Papa Roach. Falling in reverse. The Rockzilla Tour with very special guests, Hollywood Undead and Bad Wolves.
Friday, July 29th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine. Papa Roach. Falling in Reverse. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or Ticketmaster.com.
From the land to the sea, Chase's Family Restaurant is the place to be.
Are you looking for a place to unwind after a long day?
Then come check out our Hideaway Lounge.
With a bar that's both upbeat and laid back. And it's the perfect atmosphere for anyone who wants to unwind after work.
Or kick it up for the weekends with daily drink specials and a full dinner menu.
You can fill up on a good time any night of the week.
Thank you for being a part of our family.
Here at Chase's Family Restaurant.
Help Maine children win the fight against cancer by supporting the Heroes Hope Healing Mcdonald's Golf Classic, presented by Bangor Savings Bank. To date, the event has raised more than $500,000 to support Northern Light Pediatric Cancer Care. In addition, the McDonald's Golf Classic supports Camp Hope, a free summer camp for children with cancer or blood disorders. You can help support the kids by registering or donating today at mcdonaldshhhgc.org.
Many states have a tax-free weekend, but you can save too. Meet Bridget to find that perfect mattress and get 15% off or up to 60 months, no interest. Experience the difference at Jordan's.
This is where legends are made. This is the NHRA.
The NHRA, Northwest National, Seattle, Sunday at 4 Eastern on Fox.
All right, let's start here. If you're sniffling and sneezing like me, grass pollen could be the reason why. In the moderate category now, trees falling back just a bit. Watch that mold number, though. It's going up and down, currently in the low category, but likely back up in the high category by this weekend. Okay, so right now the wind is out of the west, around 5 miles per hour. It'll actually go calm for several hours tonight. That could give us some dense fog after midnight. And then tomorrow, back out of the west-southwest, around 10 to 15 miles per hour, with a few wind gusts tomorrow near 20. So it's going to be a bit breezy tomorrow, and especially on Thursday as well. But overall, kind of not a lot of wind out there at all today, with temperatures hanging out near 80. In fact, look at this, 82 here in Bangor, 80 Bar Harbor, 77 Millinocket, 72. It's awesome everywhere today, with some sunshine, a little bit of cloud cover out there. It's just a gorgeous day with that breeze out there as well. All right, going forward though, so into late July, we're talking about above average temperatures forecasted for pretty much everybody, right? The West, the Midwest, the Great Lakes, and for us, this will firmly plant us in the 80s pretty much through the end of July and into the early parts of August as well. Looking down the road a bit, looks like we have some rain back in the forecast for us down on Thursday into Friday, but overall kind of a dry stretch of weather setting up into the weekend and beyond. Right now, though, so here we are. Lots of clear skies across our region currently. There is a little something to the west right there. That will scoot to our north tonight and fall apart. We are in kind of a dry pattern for tonight into tomorrow with mostly clear skies. There is something over here, though. That right there, that's a cold front. This will likely get in our backyards later on Thursday and bring us some light rain showers then. It will not be a big rain, nothing heavy in our forecast anytime soon. Futurecast shows the story, right? So tonight, no worries at all. There could be some dense fog early tomorrow morning with low temperatures down near 60. Then tomorrow, a very nice day once again. This model wants to give us a few clouds tomorrow. Okay, maybe by tomorrow evening, but the rain will hold off until later on Thursday. Then a couple light showers come through on Thursday morning, and then another nice day unfolds for the rest of Thursday afternoon. So our forecast then for tonight, though, is mostly clear skies to partly cloudy skies with low temperatures down near 60 or so, with a calm wind after midnight, but picking up again tomorrow morning. For tomorrow, here we go. It's Wednesday already. Partly cloudy skies, high temperatures back in the low to mid 80s again, and increasingly humid as well, with that west wind sustained 5 to 10, but it could gust near 20 throughout the afternoon. And then looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows the story. So 84 for tomorrow, partly cloudy skies. Thursday, there could be a couple of rain showers early Thursday morning. Look for high temperatures near 84 once again, under mostly cloudy skies on Thursday. Friday, a better chance for rain gets in here, 81. And then here's the weekend once again. Here we go, 84 for Saturday, 87 back in the forecast for Sunday. Beth?
So I guess Sunday's going to be a swim day.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You can mark your calendars now.
Indeed. All right, sports is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Remember as a kid, if you could dream it, you could do it? Well, you still can. Now during the Ford Summer Supercharged Sales Event. And with great offers on select Ford vehicles,
Just move on.
You'll not only bring back the fun, you'll supercharge it. So when the sun goes down, you'll just be getting started. Now place your order and lock in 2.9% APR for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash on select F-150 trucks.
Think easier, like, come on, what can I do to help you, hon?
Yes! 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 Get out! Andy! Get out of my room! Get out!
You're not lying. I didn't say anything. Yes, you did. What did you say?
The signs of summer are here. The sun's out for the evening commute. Whistles and clapping echo from the ball field. And a day at the lake brings the family together. Valley Home Services offers whole home comfort, serving northern Maine to Portland. Choose from Daikin, Fujitsu, or Mitsubishi heat pumps, and you'll be ready for whatever summer brings. Humid days or cool nights, come home to comfort with Valley Home Services. Home is our middle name.
It takes all types to play Family Feud. The sensible brother.
What would you do if you found the top half of a bikini?
Smell it. The Showstoppers. The Cooks.
Give me a seasoning a chef might name his daughter.
Nutmeg.
Don't do that to your baby.
See who shows up all season on Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, things have moved pretty quickly for Brewers' Matt Pritchard since he signed with the Miami Marlins last week. Now, amid all the physicals and practices, the former Black Bear still had some time to chat with our Tyler Cruz about what it meant to get that call.
It was pretty cool to have the dreams as a kid. I was growing up, always wanted to get that phone call.
When the Miami Marlins came calling for Matthew Pritchard last week, the Brewer native didn't hesitate.
It was Alex Smith from the Marlins, and he asked me if I wanted to play professional baseball, and it kind of took me back for a second. It's like, it's been my dream to always play, and it was a quick, easy yes.
And for Coach Nick Durba, it comes as no surprise.
In my opinion, it was a no-brainer.
Pritchard was a force during his time with the Witches, and he took his talents up to Orono, where he spent 6 years and saw the Black Bears grow into contenders.
We had a few guys my junior and senior year. We all got together and we just were talking about how we wanted to change the atmosphere, the culture of the locker room. We wanted to have each other's backs. We wanted to be able to talk within each other as pitchers or hitters. Everybody was there to win. Everybody wanted to be there for a reason. And I think that's how we got success.
Matt's always had what they call stuff.
And he's like, Matt, you have stuff. You just got to work on it.
But it wasn't until year 3 that Coach Durba saw Pritchard make some changes and really start to unlock his full potential.
Basically, the COVID year shows up, and he's a different arm. Just a different. The ball's coming out of his hand a little differently. He put some time into his body, and it immediately impacted in what he did with the baseball.
He just kind of needed a little push.
I feel like I yelled at Matt a lot. I feel like I yelled at him a lot.
If the coach is getting on you, he believes in you. He wants you to get better. He believes in you. He knows what you can do. And then when a coach stops talking to you, that's when you should worry.
His work ethic really changed after his sophomore year.
And now, at the next level, Matt's goal is to keep that same work ethic and let it take him as far as it will carry him.
Just keep grinding. I mean, you never know what can happen. You never know if tomorrow I get a phone call, hey, someone got hurt, we want to bring you up. So you never know what's going to happen.
I'm Tyler Cruz, reporting with ABC7 and Fox 22 Sports.
All right, thank you, Tyler, and congratulations to Matt. And while we're diving into Pritchard's path to the pros, why not transition to the Maine Senior Legion State Tournament, Day 4, going on at Husson on Tuesday. Here, Bangor battling Queen City Athletics, winner to play for the state championship on Wednesday. 5th inning, no score here. Grady Vanetta-Stein drives one to straight away center. Ben Karen settles under it, but that is deep enough to score TJ Lorena, so 1-0 River Dogs. Now in the 6th, it's Bangor's Matt Holmes, an absolute missile to right field. That one goes just off the wall, lose it in the sun a little bit. Ben Karen scores to tie the game up at 1. 1. They would get another to make it 2-1. He'd come up clutch in relief, too, straining 2 runners on for the River Dogs. But in the end, it is Anthony Ciappone who walked it off for the River Dogs. The 6:30 news got in the way, so the River Dogs are the ones who take it in 9 innings, 4-3, your final, an extra inning win for them. So they will battle the Bessie Motors team, and that will be a repeat of who they played on Monday for the championship game. And we will have coverage of that, of course, on Wednesday night. For now, though, the David Ortiz Hall of Fame tour continued into Tuesday. The Red Sox welcomed back Big Papi to Fenway Park prior to Tuesday night's game. They had a whole lot of people there to celebrate it. The timing worked out perfectly with the Guardians coming to town. Terry Francona was there. John Farrell was there. Theo Epstein as well. And some of Papi's teammates, Pedro Martinez, Jason Vertek, even Trot Nixon making his way back to Boston to celebrate Ortiz. So a special night at Fenway until the game actually started and the Red Sox lost yet again. That's the bad news. The good news is the Patriots training camp has officially started. Pats players reported to Foxborough on Tuesday. A number of new faces, including wide receiver Devontae Parker, first-round draft pick Cole Strange, the offensive lineman, just to name a couple of guys. Now, all the chatter, though, has been about Mac Jones. He's shown up looking bigger, stronger. Even Bill Belichick has been impressed.
He's starting from a much, much higher point this year than where he started last year. So, his off-season work has been significant, and I think everyone recognizes, how well he prepares and how much further along he was than he was a year ago.
Belichick also added that Mac Jones will have input in the offense this season, likely more than last year. Of course, he's got another year under his belt now. But also, Belichick sees no need to name an official offensive coordinator, so it's all hands on deck.
We're not really big on titles and all that, so I think everybody, it's important that we all work together and create a good final product. And so that's what we're going to try to do. That's what we've always done.
And we will likely hear more from Bill and likely Mac Jones later on the week as practice gets underway in Foxborough on Wednesday. All right, that's sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Who can you call when you need immediate help, any time of day or night? Always giving you and your family peace of mind.
AAA's legendary Roadside Assistance is a network with over 50,000 vehicles that respond to more than 32 million assistance calls every year.
If something happens and we're broken down, my family's not going to be stranded.
There are so many benefits to membership, and AAA is there if you're locked out of your car, need a tow, run out of gas, have a flat tire, or a dead battery.
If you have one flat tire or one battery service, that membership fee pays for itself.
Wherever you go, wherever you are, you can trust AAA to be there when you need them.
Join AAA today for $26.50 when you enroll in AutoPay. That's a 50% savings. With this special offer, there is no admission fee. And as a special bonus, you'll receive a free 1-year membership for 3 additional eligible family members. Don't wait another second. Call to join AAA right now.
Do you struggle to open or close your windows? Are they drafty or leaky? Are you constantly adjusting your thermostat only to have your energy bill skyrocket? If you're nodding your head yes, Renewal by Andersen is your best solution. They custom build and install weather-tight replacement windows and back them with a generous, fully transferable limited warranty.
Call now to schedule your free design consultation. Plus, take advantage of this limited time offer with incredible savings and attractive financing. Don't miss out. Call Renewal by Andersen today.
Something exciting is happening at Otelco. We've been talking about our investment in fiber internet a lot lately. $33 million invested, 455 miles of fiber to 43,000 Maine homes. Now we have even more good news. We're joining together with GoNet Speed and taking our mission to expand fiber to a whole new level. It's the fastest possible internet, and this is just the beginning. Visit otelco.com/good news to learn more.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Newport, is sponsored by Joe's Furniture, quality furniture at a price you can afford. Coveside Wheel and Ski in Newport, your local family-owned and factory-authorized Polaris, CF Moto, Honda, and Kimco dealer. And go to Comfort Shoes in Newport today and get professionally fitted so your feet will be pain-free again.
I did what I did to save my son. But this is not who I am.
The Cleaning Lady. Watch the entire first season before new episodes this fall.
Welcome back, everybody. Adele's big announcement is part of what's in store in today's Hollywood nation. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin.
Excitement builds, Adele returns, and Wakanda Forever in the Hollywood nation. Saturday, the first look at Black Panther Wakanda Forever premiered, and by Sunday, it was one of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's top trailers. According to Variety, the teaser trailer had 172 million views in 24 hours, making it one of the best debuts for an MCU superhero movie. I know there is hope. Adele's Las Vegas residency at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace is resuming November 18th through March 25th, with 24 rescheduled shows and 8 new ones. The Grammy winner posted on her socials saying she was heartbroken to have canceled earlier this year. After what feels like an eternity of figuring out logistics for the show that I really want to deliver and knowing it can happen, I'm more excited than ever. Adele postponed the residency in January, citing half her crew getting COVID and delivery delays.
Get ready for the ride of your life.
And in today's first looks, it's LEGO Masters Season 3. A trailer debuted at San Diego Comic-Con showcasing the fun in store, including guest stars, building themes, and
Brad Pitt, what are you doing here?
Brad Pitt, who's an executive producer. The series is also holding a new multiple night event, Celebrity Holiday Bricktacular.
You have no clue what you signed up for.
Season 3 debuts September 21st on Fox. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
And staying on that topic, LEGO is letting you design your own minifigure. The company launched its online minifigure factory in the U.S. It lets you create a minifigure of yourself. You can pick the heads and torso, legs, and other accessories to your liking. The custom-made minifigures cost around $12 and can be made at lego.com. Really cool. The Legos are one of those toys, I think, that just are... They span across all generations,
They're
right?
timeless, they're classic.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what age you are, you probably would be down to play with some Legos
Right.
at any given point.
And I think anyone
Yeah.
would love to have their own custom Legos
Of
as well,
course.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Very, very cool.
Myself included. Please and thank you. All right.
All right, I'll take note.
All right. Christmas is coming. All right. Well, we hope you have a great rest of your night, and we hope to see you right back here tomorrow night at 10 as well.
Good night, everyone.
For more local news coverage,
Name something you put coins into. You said wallet. Survey said piggy bank. And bank was the number one answer. We need 67 points. Give me a word that rhymes with rusty. You said dusty. Survey said